It's me, Ashley, coming on live once again. I'm going to be reading a lovely woman named Courtenay. Say hi.
Hi.
So this is going to be one of those live reads. Like I said, I don't know her. She just sat down, and you guys can watch and see what takes place. It is going to be a little shorter simply because she came and sat down. So I didn't get to finish, but that's okay. So I think that's all she needed to know, I guess, if that's the case. So, Courtney, have we met before? Do you know me?
No.
What made you decide to come and do this today?
I mean, honestly, I was just in the park.
Without telling me too much.
Yeah, I was just in the park and I
decided.
just kind of saw and I had some time, so I'm like, why not?
Why not? Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to see where I'm going to start this because there seems to be one underlying thing in the sense of how do I phrase this? You have a trip up, something that you need to work on, or you do work on, or try to work on all the time. But you notice that you tend to be in these similar situations that keeps putting you in the same situation. Mm-hmm. And currently, the way I was getting it seemed was it has to do with when you're in love. It has to do with standing up for yourself. It has to do with you coming out to shine. That's basically what it boils down to, because the first thing I got was that where you work or what you do for work, or I don't know if it's just that you have a station place, but there's a person that it seems like you admire tremendously in your work environment, or you could even freelance, but you see this person at the building or wherever you go, and you do let's say I don't want to say this just in case they ever see it. I don't know if you're secretly in love with this person, but there's something about this male that it's you admire tremendously. I don't know if he's you're subordinate to him, or he's your boss or something like that, but it seems or you tend to fall in love with this type of guy, and it's you can't stop it, but it's as if you're not the type of person to go and say it. You're not going to be hey, by the way, there's this sense of whoever this person is to you, it's more you're scared to say it, because if you say it, then you might lose him. And it hasn't been established. He doesn't know what's going on with you. You know if that your feelings are there, but it all has to do with this underlying problem. Has nothing to do with him per se. Mm-hmm. It's what it represents. It's even if you like the guy, it's you won't do it. It's you're scared of will the friendship go bad, or will this go bad? And it's you have this thing of feeling you can't profess because of this problem you're not facing when it comes to standing up for yourself. But it's weird because in some settings you're great at it. If it's something to do with let's say work, or something to do with an injustice, or something to do with something you don't like, or family. It's if those things get slighted, you're I'm right there. I'm in it. I'm a stand up. But if it comes to you standing up for your ideas, or let's say at work, you have these brilliant ideas, and it's you'll be in a meeting, and it's everyone's oh, what's the ideas, and you're there it's you tend to slight yourself in a way. And I feel when it comes to men that you want to go approach, or it's all tying into this one thing of you actually just pronouncing yourself all the time, everywhere you go, not changing, being this person, the same person you are for your family. Is any of this resonating?
I mean, it's interesting that you said standing up for myself, because this has been the first time in my life where I have been.
Okay.
I just came out of a serious relationship.
Okay.
Where his family didn't accept me culturally,
Gotcha.
Everything. And I did have to end things so that I could stand up.
Now that you told me that. Oh, where was it? Sorry. So I had another one going, and then because I got this one was about how you would just come out of a breakup, but I wasn't sure because this was really messy, so I stopped it. Yeah. But then I was basically saying I don't think there was anything you could do about that one. I really don't.
Yeah, I definitely tried.
Yeah.
And it just happened.
Yeah,
today.
It seemed today.
Well,
it was really soon. I got out of it because I was I don't know if I want to go that way on the live, but
it
seemed pretty raw.
I just gave all of, like, I just brought back a lot of stuff, and I just got stuff back.
Yeah, there was like this feeling of like, the reason why I didn't want to do it too is like there's this obsession feeling. There was like this yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, sorry. I ripped it because I was like, I don't know if she wants to go there.
No, that's okay.
It was like, in this case, it was like he's not the one who stood up for you either. So it was like she doesn't. It's like you realize like you don't want this type of person in your life, or at least this is what I was getting for that.
Yeah.
And like basically, like, sorry I ripped it up, but she misses him even though. But it was like as if I was seeing, like, even in the stage, like, you had just told me I had something to do with this, but I don't even know if there was even some other type of break that you guys, it's like, let's say, for example, if he had to leave a country.
He did leave a country.
Okay. It's like you didn't follow him because you have something going on in your career or what you're trying to do with your life, that it's like you didn't feel like what's the way to say this? You know, most people like get up and go with the person. Yeah. This isn't the feeling I got.
It wasn't an option.
Yeah, it just seemed like this was, you had to stay here and he had to go.
I did have to stay and he did have to go.
But the thing is too, is like this gave you perspective for the first time where you felt like, I'm doing this not only because I'm saying no to love, but it was like as if like you were okay with you taking the reins and you being on hold, because not being on hold, but it's like you wanted to say to yourself, it's okay if I lose this person because I have so much more to gain, even though you're not showing that, but it's like some part of your soul knew that like you are meant to be here doing what you're doing, and no matter what, like this distance was it's weird to see. It's like the reason why these things are happening, and this is also what came up too, is because this lesson needs to be learned.
Yeah, well, he moved to a tiny remote village where his family is from. It's not really an option for me to go there.
I just got distance. She's staying here. She's not following him. I couldn't figure out why you weren't following him, but it seemed to be like because for once, like you're learning this lesson, this major lesson of like when something doesn't fit you or something is not for you, it's like you're okay to stand in your own ground now.
Yeah, because I definitely have. It's funny that you say that because I am quite assertive in family and in my career and in other areas. Well, career I've worked on, but definitely like interpersonal, I am really strong. However, with relationships, I always cave and I become something different.
Yeah, because this is what I was saying. It's like I didn't think this was. It said I was getting this vision. Like, okay, I'm sitting at a boardroom, and there's this like, I guess, guy who's running the meeting. And like, let's say for example, like you're hopelessly in love with this person, but you won't say it, you won't do it, you won't. And it's like, but if like you had to go stand up in front of all the people, do whatever, you're okay with that. It's like you've been in these situations where it's like you've been in love and there's something about their nerdiness or something about whatever they're doing, and you're just like pining over them, but you don't do anything because you're like, oh, but what if this, and what if our friendship breaks down, and what if, but it's like those are the things you're telling yourself because you're, I don't want to use the word, a little too scared, a little too chicken shit. And it's like you'll make those excuses, and it's like as if like all these things in your life are pushing you to take that leap like you would with everything else, but do it there too.
Yeah, no, that's quite accurate. That's quite accurate. I have been afraid a lot in the past, and like I've definitely been called out by my friends and my mom, like my dad, everybody. But this has been the first time that I have like made an assertive decision in this area, and it's been quite hard, but it's I could tell that. And it was like you called him, it was weird, it was like you called him the man eater. He's a man eater, but not really. But like I've just saying, there's something about this dynamic that really showed you a lot. And the reason why I was also getting this too about this like hopeless romanticism about this male figure, which I don't think, now that I'm understanding, is really a person.
It's like it was
no, it's definitely like me.
Have you left a job before because of this?
I just left a job because of never. I've never.
You never left a job because of the uncomfortableness of like wanting to pursue someone, or
no.
like okay,
but I did just leave a job.
Okay, because I was getting like she's actually going to find a better job, and need to make this jump regardless, but it will hurt.
I will say that like on the theme of like standing up for myself, I did recently. So in the same time as with my now ex, I had to leave a job because they were doing something like illegal, like they were not treating me correctly, and it was a very hard decision because I had to decide to burn a bridge.
I get you.
Yeah. So I had to do that in my career, and it's been tough because I've been having the same sort of like standing up for myself about 4 or 5 times in the past 2-3 weeks. Okay.
Well, it's funny because this is the dynamic. So basically, it seems like another job is coming through soon. And
That's
good. And the thing they're trying to say is she doesn't see this now, but it will happen for her. Like, meaning in the sense that all of these things are designed to force you into this way of being. You're not going to have any more chances to...
Which is crazy because, like, I was just telling my friends, like, I feel like... And they were like, we see it too. I feel like a different person.
Yeah.
After this last transformation.
Thank you. That's awesome. Because, like, that's what I was feeling. I was like, she's going to get it. I was like, she already does it. She just needs to do this
do it more.
everywhere.
To do it everywhere, yeah.
This all ties in with her massive standing out and standing up for herself. Sitting. Oh yeah, it's like you're tired of, and there was a song that keeps. It's like you're tired of sitting at the edge of the bay. You know that song, sitting at the edge of the bay?
I do know very well.
So it's like as if like you've seen so many things pass you by in life because of this.
We used to play that song all the time.
Well, I just say this is the song that correlated with what you're going through.
Play that song all the time.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's just that, like, this is an actual representation of what you want to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like you don't want them to keep passing you by.
Literally, I used to have anxiety at the amount that we would listen to this song because I felt like we were in our own little worlds.
Okay.
And we were just not doing anything.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know why. I was just like, and it was like, I'm like, I gotta write it down. Strong will for what she believes in, but not for her personal life. Luckily, she has soft, nice friends. They don't, like, what I was getting is, like, because of the type of person you are soft. Now, I know this is going to sound weird, but the type of higher I was getting was angelic. So you have a strong tie to angelicism, put it that way, which makes you this strong-willed fighter for injustices. But
very accurate.
You are very soft, like, and I understand this. I understand what it's like to have an angelic heart, big heart. But luckily, you don't have friends that take advantage. You do a little bit, but
my friends are really good.
Yeah, you have really good friends that don't take advantage of this.
They don't.
Yeah, where you could have met people that are conniving, etc. You actually have a very good group of
core
friends.
group of friends are like amazing.
Yeah, because like I'm just saying, as someone who has one of these hearts too.
Yeah.
Oh, we're targets.
Absolutely, of course.
So I know you had mentioned your dad, but I was getting this feeling, and I don't know how many siblings, but I was getting, if you have a strong tie more so to your younger brother and your mom, because I was getting like as if like your dad is like your dad, but it's like as if like there's this thing I got like tres amigos, and I don't know why it was in Spanish, but it was like as if like the bond between you, your brother, and your mom is the trifecta, whereas like I feel like you had a sister, an older, or like some type of like, okay, she's not your sister, but it's like your mom's sister is also, you got a lot of cousins, and then it's like as if like maybe you're not the oldest cousin, but like maybe like there was like a bunch of male cousins, and then it went down a bit, and then like you're the oldest of like a bunch of cousins, or like not a matriarch, but like you're the one that all the cousins like not go to, but like you're seen kind of like that.
I'm the oldest cousin on my mom's side.
Okay.
I'm the youngest on my dad's side.
Okay, I got oldest. I'm thinking more the mom, because it was like,
I'm not close to my dad's family.
That's what I was seeing him more like estranged.
Yeah, like my dad, we're really close, but his family, we're not that close.
Because I was getting like, but do you have a brother?
No.
Oh, I don't know why, but I was getting like, or another sibling, but I got like a sister, but she's not your sister. It's the aunt. It's the aunt. It's like as if like your mom has a sister.
My mom does have a sister.
And not that you guys are closer in age, but it's like as if like...
She's significantly younger than my mom.
Yeah. It's like as if she could be the closest version of what you would call like a sister, but she's not. She's your aunt.
She definitely is. She acts stupid like she's my sister.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, thank you for all of that. Because I was like trying to piece this
she
together.
does. She's like significantly younger than my mom's other siblings.
Yeah.
And she acts so dumb.
But I was getting this feeling like, and I don't know why I got the brother thing, because it was like as if I felt like your mom and you and this other person are very like the trifecta, whereas like this aunt seems like a sister, but she's not your sister.
I'm curious about if you have anything else on like the brother, because I think I know what it's referring to.
I don't know. That was the Tres Amigos thing. It was like as if, okay. Whoever this male is, there's something about him that you admire tremendously, because it's like as if like this thing that you're struggling with, he has no problem doing. Like it's like as if like he's the type to impose on people. He's the type of person, not impose in a bad way, but it's like if he walked into a place, he could like kick off, put his shoes up, be like, hey, can you get me a beer? How about somebody? It's like as if, and you're like, how rude, how this? It's like you're like, but there's something about it that you admire, because you're like, I'm not that way, and this male figure tends to intrigue you that way, because you're like, I wish I could be that way.
I think I know. So I have a friend. I don't have any siblings, but I consider him like my little brother.
Okay.
He's very close. His mom has passed. So,
okay, that would make sense to me.
So he's like.
Did your mom take an active role with him at all?
Yes.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
So he's always been like part of my family, and he is absolutely like that. He is absolutely the type to make a scene because he wants to, because he doesn't care.
Yeah, yes. And this you admire.
And
about
I do admire him.
Because you're like, I wish I could be more like this, but it's like you don't like it, but there's some sliver of it.
I don't like it, but we've been friends for like 15 years. So
okay, cool. Because I was getting this, and it was just like I'm seeing this guy kick up it, but it's like in your household, like in your thing. So it's like I got the impression of brother, but
almost the only person I've ever had in my family is
okay. And I feel like that's why I was getting like you are the trifecta, like your mom, you, and him, more so than this aunt figure. But it's like she's the closest you would have to a sister. And then the thing is like I was saying about the cousins, and like how you kind of like were the sister to those cousins. It's like in a weird way you're the matriarch for them, which was weird.
I'm definitely like the connector for like my male cousins on that side. They're all like a little doing their own thing. Okay. But like
but it was like weird, because I was like, why am I getting an aunt who's like a sister? I was like, I don't understand this. Because sometimes there are those people who, let's say for example, have kids really young. Yeah. And then like the let's say your mom takes them on, but really they're brothers and sisters, but they say, oh, it's the cousins. Yeah. Like you get what so I was like, I don't know if this is what she's going through. There will be shakeups to ensure her resurgence into her flow and her ability to command. She just needs to believe in herself like the external. Once she does this, more things will come aligned. So it's like you're recognizing this, you're recognizing what the momentum is, and it's like if you can keep doing this every time it comes up, it's like as if like this is what's going to give you the strength going forward. And a lot of things are going to unravel as you do this, because this is your pivotal moment. I wouldn't say just one moment in time, but it's like all of these things happen so that you can rise, so that you can acknowledge it, and so you can move forward. And it's like kind of in a weird way I was getting this like clean slate situation. Because the thing is what I was getting is that if you don't learn this, it will start to trickle into other parts of your life.
Yes.
And it's like a creeping moss. It's like if you don't handle this, it's like then you're going to notice your work suffers, and you're going to notice this, because you're going to get more like less confident and less confident and less confident. So it's like, do the persevering thing you got going on now, because that's how you're going to find your trajectory. So
I definitely feel that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like this guy, like I was saying, that imaginary guy at the work, he represents what she wants and loves, and she gets a zipped lip. So it's like whenever you see these people, like I don't know what it is about these guys, and it's like this man or these men, it's like the ones that you're terrified to go talk to, those are the ones. The ones that come to you, not the ones. It's more like the one that you're like, oh, I'm too scared and I don't want to be the one and I don't want to be the one.
I haven't met any of those people yet.
Okay, but if you do it, if you're too intimidated to ask them out, that's the guy.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, because it's like as if
you're right. I mean, yeah, like this is accurate. Like I never go after
what you want.
I just never go after anybody that's like, I would say difficult, like in general, like it would, yeah.
Well, it's like weird because it's like from what I was seeing, it's like you end up being in these situations where the setting's not right. Yeah. So it's like as if even if you like, that's why I think they were showing me like a boss figure where it's like you're under them, so you couldn't even approach them and say, hey, do you want to go on a date? You get what I'm saying? Because they're your boss. You get what I'm saying? So you're never in the right setting to be that person.
That's so funny. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Because like so many times I've been hearing of late from like my friends and stuff, like you need to like elevate yourself, like take all of this that you're putting on to like other people, like to your significant other, and like give that to yourself so you can like rise up and then you can meet somebody on your level. Yeah. Right? Because like I'm meeting people and then I'm trying to do stuff and then people want me to stay where I'm at, but I don't want to stay here. Like I want to go up. Yeah. Or you're going up. Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to know, because I wasn't really getting like you seem to do a lot of things. Yeah, I do. I was getting like writing, entertainment, blogs, media, and then I'm like seeing like you're in offices with big windows, and, like so open concept. Like, I did work in an open concept office that I just, but I also I'm an actor and I write, and I'm working on like a film, and that's awesome. Do yoga and stuff. Okay, because I saw you but wherever you are is a young, fun crowd vibe. Like I'm not seeing. It was like a really fun. Yeah. No, it was like a super fun vibe. Okay, because I wasn't getting, like the cubicles and like, No, it was definitely like a modernized version of that. That's funny. And we did have like these big windows that I would stare out all the time. Yeah. That's all I was here. I was like, big windows. That was like the best part of it. I was like... but also at the same time, what I feel like is like this championing thing, even when it comes to your ideas. I don't know how much you like to insert your hand. You need to be the first hand. It's like as if like you'll sit there and be like, oh, my idea is okay, and then and like if you're asked, hey Courtney, what's your thoughts on that? You'll talk, but it's like you need to be like, hey guys, I got a great idea. Like this is the difference. This is the difference. It's like the pronouncement is what you need to walk into, more so than being the subtle like you always do have the great ideas. This is the main thing. It's like people know that about you, but you don't know that. Yeah. That's funny. So it's like as if your higher self is saying this backbone thing needs to emerge. Yeah, and that's so funny because I have that struggle constantly about my ideas. And the funny thing is like if you could just look at your ideas like your mom and this brother figure, you'd be golden. Because it's like if somebody said like something derogatory to your mom or this brother figure, you would be like, you would go right in guns blazing. It's so funny. Like my mom has like a very dominating personality. Like she's very like assertive. Yeah. And like. And that's what was so funny because it's same like with Alex. In a weird way, it's like I was getting, at least from what you were describing, was like in a weird way from your childhood, I was seeing this too, is like there was parts of this that you tried to deny or you had to shrink in a way because of all of this. But at the same time, it was like even as a young child, you're like, oh, there's things about this I don't like. But that cultured you in a way that it was too much. Yeah. It's like now I think you're in a space where you need to maybe sit down with a journal or something and really do like pros and cons. What is it about them that I admire? What is it about them that I don't like? And find them and adopt them. You know what I mean? You have two principled people that do this naturally that you're trying to step into. You have to do it. And sometimes mimicking can help or like following suit. There was something about this where I felt like
you need to be more like this, so why not use the best to
Well, I feel like
this?
it was like I definitely had like those tendencies as a really young kid.
Yeah.
But I, you know, like it's hard to be like a really dominant woman because it can be depending on the environment, and I feel like the spaces that I was in or who I was trying to be, especially the men that I was around, like tried to like kind of push that out of me.
Yeah.
And I've been like coming back to it now.
Yeah.
Out of necessity, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's been like a journey because like it is something that I shied away from, and like now I'm trying to find again and like find the balance in that.
Well, I feel like these representations, these two, can help you because it's like you have to find what it is, like the jewels that they provide, the nuggets of wisdom that they have. Because if it's something like, let's say, for example, your mom was the type of person that, like, if she was in a big deli line, she was the type to, like, go right up to, hey, I'm ready. Start doing that. It's like as if, like, you need to take the things that they're great at and start to model it so that you can, it becomes a routine. It becomes something that's second nature to you the more you do it. So it's like, whatever you didn't like too much about these two characters, start to adopt some of them and then see how, or just, you know, even as a test to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To see what happens with you.
Yeah.
Harboring feelings, even in past with things she didn't agree with, or friends, and underhandedness. Like, there's some part of me, and this relationship is part of it too. And the thing is like, I think friends have even done this to you. It's like, not to say that people slight your feelings or that they feel like you'll always like bounce back or something.
Yeah.
But it's like as if like you're harboring a lot of feelings about this over, and I'm talking over a course of time. Like, I'm not saying this just happened. I'm saying like these exes or these people or these, even your own friends or even family members have done these slightings to you.
Yeah.
And it's like as if like that their underhandedness has hurt you and you've never resolved this. And that's also another reason why the shyness occurs, because it's like, in a weird way, you're a boiling pot.
Yeah.
So it's like as if you feel like if you do say certain things to certain people, you think you're gonna go too far. You're gonna really cut it.
Yeah.
You're really gonna. So it's like as if like I feel like there's got to be a way for you to, even like you said, you're a writer, right? Yeah. I feel like in a weird way, like you need to write some of this down, and if anything, go to the person and read it. Yeah. Not a talk, because that you're not ready for, like you're not ready.
That's literally what I started doing.
Okay.
Is like I start like just reading, like I have like a statement. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because the thing is like I feel like from an emotional standpoint, you're not there yet. You know, in order to be there, you got to do what you're doing right now. But it's not like, oh, hey, can I sit you down? Let's talk. Because the thing is, you might fly off the handle. So it's like, or you're gonna bring too much into it, and it's gonna muddy what you're trying to say. So it's like, in a weird way, if you are writing things down, say like, oh, how this affected me, that's gonna help you break free of this. Like I was getting like a little bit of these harbored feelings, like you have some pain that needs to be released. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and it was like as if like, and there's something like, I don't know, this was just a random one. It was just about like how you will fight for when prices are wrong, like at stores. Like, let's say for example, if something's like $5.99 and then like
that's like, no, it's something different, and I don't want to say.
Okay.
Because like it's like something.
No.
But it's no. That's it was something that just happened.
Okay. But watch out if the wrong price.
That is something that literally just happened, and it was a big deal, and I did fight really. Okay. I did fight for the wrong price.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that's your higher self saying, like, I'm here, I'm watching. I don't know what that means to me, because I was like, okay, I'll write it down.
I'll tell you after the live.
Yeah,
but that's
no problem.
So funny.
That's
so funny.
What I was also getting about this male thing, about like when you do meet these higher caliber men that you're not willing to face or whatever, and like I said, you're never in the right scene.
I'm never in the right scene.
Yeah. And it's like as if, like, you would rather hold that all in than lose them. Mm-hmm. It's like in some ways, and it's like as if, like, if they're a good coworker, if they're a good, let's say, person in your life, it's like even though you'll love them forever, it's like you'll hold all of that. And because it's like you're too scared to see what your life would be without them, period. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, I was getting a lot of grief with that because it's like there's been like men in your life that you have, and it's like you watch them marry other people, have kids with other, it's like as if, and I'm seeing this and it's like you hold it all in forever. It's like, I don't know how to explain that. But it's like you're more intimidated about them never being there again. There's something about like you would rather suffer, watch them move on in their own lives versus telling them what it is that you've got going on because you're scared if it does blow up. And I don't know if that has something to do with, I don't know, I'm not going to go.
With what, sorry?
Dad.
No, I mean,
I don't know why, but I was getting some tie about this like tippy toeing, and it's like because it's like if you don't face things or if you don't say things or if you don't do things, then it's like as if I was getting this feeling like maybe perhaps your father might have withheld things in a sense, and it's like as if like if you didn't act or be or do, or it's like as if his love was conditional. So it's like in a weird way you have this entrapment sort of because of that feeling, and I don't want to go any further.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
No comment.
Sorry, you don't have
to.
Okay,
it's okay.
I know this is a little intense.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, this was the cousins thing with the aunt, and then because you were the oldest, you might have got scapegoated a bit because you were the oldest. Everyone pointed fingers, but that's common. We already talked about that. Your mom always stood up for you.
Yeah.
She had a... Okay, now, I don't want to talk... When you were really young, did you get into an accident of some sort?
Can you...
I'll elaborate. Okay, so basically what I was saying is like, this accident, whatever did transpire, it took, like, let's say, for example, it stunted you in your growth. That's what I got. In a way that she felt like more to do with looks. It was like as if, like, I was getting this, and I don't know if this was the case, but it's like, you know, like, if you lose, like, hair in a fire or something, like, you lose an eyebrow, or you lose some hair or whatever, you end up in class, and it's like, you know, the accident takes place, but it's like everyone's obviously feeling for you, but at the same time it was like as if it's like you were in this peril because it was like your looks were kind of suffering at that time. So it kind of really messed with your self-esteem a bit, because it was like as if like you knew that the kids weren't poking fun of you or all these things, but it's like you didn't have your best face forward or your best presentation. So it's like in a weird way you kind of became like this like turtle in a sense when it came to your looks a little bit. And it's like and I was being shown like the shaved head or something, like something transpired, and maybe, you know, it made you self-conscious.
I did shave my head.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
And then it was like this self-consciousness carried with you, and it's something that you may not have tackled, but it's like as if it was hard to build the confidence after the point. And sorry, I think they give you some type of way to deal with that. Sorry. No. Sorry, they did it. It was just more to say that, like, if you've ever been wondering where this self-esteem issue comes from, it was something around that time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to tell me if it's
No. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was like...
Well, it made me feel like it was at a time where you were blossoming in, like, I wouldn't say young. I'd say, like, when women, you know, 11, 12, like,
no,
going
it wasn't,
into, like,
it
a
was
time
like
of
not,
ladiness.
It was, it wasn't.
Where those things would have been important. Like, let's put it that way. Or it could have even been high school, because we're all self-conscious in high school. But it's like, I feel like it wasn't like you were super, super young. It was more of a time where you were aware of your looks. As, like, you know how when kids, like, realize, like, oh, I like boys or whatever, it is like, then you care about what you look like. It's like, it started around that time.
Okay.
That's all I was getting.
Yeah.
Where like it wouldn't have, like if you were in kindergarten, it wouldn't have mattered because everyone would have been like, who cares? Yeah. But it was like, this was at a time where like looks were starting to make sense and looks were starting to mean something. So yeah. If you are wondering why you may have this like meekness about your looks, it may stem from that. And you are beautiful, by the way. So just saying. Are you into math?
Math? Like in what way?
I don't know. Like I was getting like, this isn't what you do for work per se.
No.
But it's like as if like you have some type of mathematical mind or something, or like, and you lure it over certain groups in a weird way. Not lure it over, like, but like people. I was getting like you might go play volleyball, and people from your volleyball know that you're really into this, or your chess group knows that you're really smart this way. But it was like something like your speciality, but it's no one knows about it.
No, I wouldn't say anymore. I used to be like into that stuff like as a kid.
Okay.
Like as a teen.
Okay.
And stuff.
Okay. You don't brag about it.
No.
And it was like as if I was getting, but you're a mathematical mind or something to do with mathematics.
In a way, yes, I can see why. Definitely, I liked like probability and
because it said it was your specialty.
With, I would say like math in terms of money.
Okay. Well, I'm
like,
just saying,
sure.
like you were recognized in small circles, put it that way, for your capability. But it's like not everyone knew that you were good at this, and then the ones that did know. And I think that's why I was getting chess too, because there was something to do with like this and chess and like.
Yeah, I love chess.
Okay, so it was something like your chess buddies knew, but no one else really knew. But that's your higher just saying like, oh yeah, I know that you're good at that too, even though you don't admit it. Yeah, it was like basically, but in her everyday, she keeps her dreams to herself. And then it was like, I don't know if recently you've gotten off fluoride, or you're wanting to get off fluoride, or detox metals, but you need to. It seems like this is something good, because I don't know if you had like a grandfather who had Alzheimer's or some type of mental dysfunction. Yeah. And you have this in your family. So
yeah, we do.
Doing this is going to be very helpful for preventing that.
That's so funny. I was just thinking about how I like seriously need to detox like everything.
Okay.
But
yeah, detox was right there.
Yeah. It's like a constant struggle of detox.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you haven't done the heavy metals or fluoride, those are the main ones I was getting.
Heavy metals and fluoride,
yeah. Okay. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
And this is shorter, but like...
No, that's like a lot.
Was it helpful?
So. Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
You don't have to share things you don't want to.
No. It definitely like, I think it like reinforced a lot of stuff that I was thinking about, which is like crazy.
It's crazy or crazy good?
Well, crazy good.
Okay, cool.
Crazy good. But yeah, no, thank you.
Okay, hold on. All right, guys. So another live read here at Trinity Bellwood. Say bye, guys. Bye. Hope to catch you next time. Have a good one. Wave. And goodbye.